All right, so today we're gonna talk about focus, right? We've already talked about fear and fact versus fiction, and we talked about faith, and now we're gonna talk about focus. So as far as focus, it's important because we can easily be distracted by social media, by uh, phone ringing, by someone saying something negative to us. A lot of things can take us off track as far as focus. They say right now that the attention of a human is like the attention of a goldfish right now as far as focus. So, what we want to do is be able to capture focus and use it to our advantage. So just imagine being a Navy SEAL like Mark Owen was. He actually was one of the gentlemen who helped capture Osama bin Laden. And in his book, No Hero, he talks about how focus was extremely important being a Navy SEAL because it means life or death. And you don't want to be unfocused walking into a death trap. So he talks about the process of becoming a Navy SEAL and how grueling it is. And and during that process, they have to barely sleep. They have to overcome all these obstacles of swimming um, and shooting drills and just all these different obstacles to make sure that they're prepared to be one of the toughest people, which is a Navy SEAL. And so, in a part of the book, he talks about how he was climbing a mountain in Las Vegas, and while he was climbing that mountain, he got a little bit afraid. Right? He got afraid. He lost focus because he looked down, and then he looked to the left, he looked to the right, and he looked up. And as he was doing that, he got afraid because he was like, "Whoa, what if this is my last moment on Earth?" Right? And then he says he recalls looking out to the Vegas Strip and thinking to himself, "Wow, that's a nice view, and this may be my last view." And he was climbing the Grand Canyon in Vegas, and he said he thought to himself, "I need some help, quick." And luckily, his instructor climbed up to him at the time and told him, "Mark, slow down and focus on your 3 foot world. Focus on the next move ahead of you." Which is kind of similar to what I heard Oprah mention in an interview. She said, "Don't focus on this big elaborate plan. Just focus on what's the next right move in your life. Right? Just focus on what's the next right move." So Mark Owen said he took that principle and he began to apply that in other areas of his life. So when he wrote a book, he focused, and he has a few books, but when he wrote that book, he focused on his 3 foot world, and that has made him more successful. And it's several strategies as far as focus, right? A lot of our focus comes down to our our body, right? Like our 5 senses. So, for instance, it could be easy to forget names at times. I know I do that, right? Um, I've done that in the past. I've had a hard time remembering names. But a way to focus is to visit when a person tells you their name, visualize it, right? If they say Sarah, write it in big letters, right, in your memory. right, in your brain. Write it in big letters. Right, that's one way. Another way is to visually move that name back and forth. Right, move it back and forth. Give it energy. Energize the name. Right, move it slow. Move it fast. Right, these are different techniques you can use to focus and capture someone's name, and that's the same way as far as um, remembering things you want to remember or not remembering things you want to remember. You want to take the things that are bad memories in your life, right, and change that focus by putting it behind you, right, in the distance, behind you, and focusing on it in very small letters. Um, they say a storm in a storm, the best part of the storm is the eye of the storm, right? Because in the eye of the storm is the calmest place where you can, where there's focus and you can focus, right? So in your life, there there may feel like it's a lot of turmoil, right, with family and friends and health, right? Eating the right healthy foods, right? And your attitude, right? Sometimes it can be hard. You lose a loved one, right? People are cutting you off in traffic, right? And there's several issues that's bigger than this. You know, the riots that's happening in America right now. With the whole George Floyd death, right? There's several things that could, and you had Candace, I forget her name right now, but Candace Payne, I want to say, but she came on and she voiced her opinion, right, and said George Floyd is not a hero. Some people may agree with that. She said based on his background, right, but a lot of people got upset, like, why is his background our focus when he just lost his life? Like, that's crazy, right? So there's a lot of noise in the world, right, that will make you, it could drive you insane, right? In your health, your attitude, your love life, and your finances. It can literally drive you insane and you can lose focus on what your goals are. But just keep in mind your 3 foot world, right? Keep that in mind. And once you focus, you'll get a chance to change your story. You'll get a chance to change change the way you perceive fear. You'll get a chance to tell and create a new fact for yourself. And how do you do that? You do that by focusing on your 3 foot world, right? So I'm excited to continue to share with you all these principles that will help you when the noise begins, right? When you start to forget people's names, when you start to um, interact with people who may get on your last nerves, right? That's a reality, right? So how do you move around that? You just change your focus, and you can change that by changing the way you see that situation, changing the way you you taste around that situation, right? What I mean by taste, changing the way you basically use your senses to control that situation. So write down on a piece of paper um, a situation that has bothered you in the past that's threw your focus off, right? Write down multiple situations that's through that has taken your focus from where you want it to be, and that has gotten your mind distorted. And write down how you're gonna use your senses to change that, how you're gonna use your 3 foot world to change that, and just how you're gonna refocus on what you want to accomplish. All right. So I'm excited to continue to share with you and learn what you want to accomplish. And uh, yeah, I'm excited. So see you on the next one.